Hello and welcome to the Corona Yoga Challenge. Today is day 82. There we go, 82 days. Please make sure that you have a little check on my website for health issues, and if you want to subscribe, that means you'll get video updates when they actually come. Today we're going to start on our backs, so if you want to bring yourself onto your back so that you're lying comfortably and in quite a nice settled position, so that your back needs to be comfortable on the floor, so often bringing your knees up and over your chest will be nice. So just let them come up, rock back and forth, so we're just easing out through the tailbone, through the lower back. Just enjoy that feeling of comfort through your back and across the back of the pelvis. And now you're going to go from one side to the other side. So smooth, easy rocking movement. And then come back to the centre. You're going to settle your feet down and onto the floor. You're going to let your hands come overhead, and you're going to have your elbows consciously wide and a little bit bent. So the elbows moving gently towards the floor. From here you're going to let your head come over to one side, so as if your ear comes down towards the floor. Keep both shoulders nice and soft as you do this. And then bringing your head to the centre and to the other side. And then bringing your head back to the centre nice and evenly. We're going to come up into bridge pose, so I've just lifted my toes off the floor and made them a little bit alert, so taking the toes away from one another. And then we're going to spread down through the outsides of the feet, down into the balls of the feet. When you feel you've got a really nice connection between the soles of the feet, so heels, outsides of the feet, balls of the feet, you're going to just press up through the feet to bring up with the hips, to bring your hips up, and the shoulders are going to extend out and away. So the shoulders stay really nice and relaxed, and it should feel like you're in a restful position. So do drop your hips a little bit further if it feels better for you for any reason. As you come down, see if you can keep the knees the same distance apart all the way down. Settle your hips down, rest them onto the ground. And then you're going to walk your feet in a little bit closer towards you. So what we're going to do is, as you lift your hips up, you're going to lift your heels up as well, if it feels good. If you just want to do just a little bridge, where the feet just remain flat, that's absolutely fine as well. So you're going to peel up with the hips and up with the heels. So you come high onto the balls of the feet, so we get a little bit more lift through the back of the body. And then sink down through the hips, down through the outside edges of the feet. Roll yourself all the way into the heels. We're going to go back and forth a couple of times. So this way we can work more through the feet and the feeling of aliveness in the feet. And we can work with the breath as well. So it's quite a nice way to breathe in, to come up, and breathe out when you want to come back down. And then settle your feet onto the floor, let them get just nice and comfortable. Get a feeling that the back of the rib cage, so just beyond this other side of the diaphragm, that you're spreading back through that area slightly. So that we've got a little space at the back of the waist, but not a big one. That way we'll get a nice alignment through the body, and we'll be able to be in a good position for the natural curves of your spine. You're going to come onto one side now, so you're just going to bring yourself over onto one side. Take a little moment whilst you're on your side to just notice how you are in this moment. So how does your physical body feel? How are you feeling inside of yourself? And how are your energy levels? And then bringing yourself up. We're going to come up to standing now. So if you want to bring yourself up through a forward bend, so you're going to have your toes tucked under. You're going to lift up with your hips. You're going to fold forwards so that we get a feeling of length through the back of the body. The knees are as soft as you feels good for you, so that the whole of your back is comfortable. And then you're going to bend through your knees, lift up through your pelvic floor, up through the tummy. And bring yourself all the way up and overhead, and then hands come down to your heart. We're going to come to a standing pose now, so if you want to bring yourself to a comfortable standing position, so you're just going to have feet nice and settled on the floor. You're going to bring one knee up, and you're going to bring it into your hand, so that you get the feeling that you've got a little bit of weight in your knee. And this standing leg, the supporting leg, is going to get really nice and strong, and it's almost like it draws in slightly towards your centre line. And this front knee can come up as high as it would like. And then it's going to come down and swap over to the opposite side. So we're getting a nice movement through the hip as we do this. And then bring your leg down. We're going to do that movement with the arms and without holding the knee if comfortable. So you can just do a smaller version if you would prefer. So you're going to bring your knee out and up. You're going to let your hands come up and overhead. And you're going to stretch up through the hands so that you get nice and tall. And then you're going to bring your leg back down. Settle the weight. And bring your arms down. And then we're going to do the opposite side. So leg is going to lift up to wherever is comfortable for you. So it can be higher, it can be lower. Supporting legs comes in. Hands can come up and overhead. Breathe evenly. Feel a little bit alive through your hands and your feet. And then bring your hands down. And bring your leg down. And back to even feet. We're going to come down to the floor to do a twist now. So if you want to bring yourself, to your feet being out to one side. So what we're going to do is from the feet out to one side, we're going to come to a neutral kneeling position. So we're going to come to the feet being flat on the floor and to sitting onto the floor. So that is if it's comfortable for you. So it's so important, you might want a block underneath your hips. You might want to be higher up, so you're right up on your knees. It really is about thinking about what's going to be comfortable for your body. When you're sitting back on your knees, on your feet, you want to make sure that the heels are fairly close together and the knees are fairly close together, so we keep a nice settled position through the lower back before we do anything more. So we're sitting on our feet just now. If you've got any issues with varicose veins or varicosities, make sure you're coming out and into it. But I'm just going to presume all is well and you've actually checked my website and that you know how to look after yourself. So what you're going to do is you're going to take one hand across the opposite side of your leg, and the other hand is just going to rest onto the back of your sacrum. And we don't want to be squashing the feet, but we're imagining that feeling of the energy going down, so down through the sit bones, so the pelvis is rooted and grounded, and then we can bring ourselves up and round. So we've got a feeling of energy coming down, and we've also got a feeling of lift. Bringing yourself back to the centre, and then to the opposite side. Same thing, down through the pelvis, and then we get the lift up and through the diaphragm. And we can bring ourselves round. And bring yourself back to the centre. You're going to come to your first side again. So what we're doing is, I think yesterday's challenge was about opposites, finding an opposite that you could work with and enjoy the kind of feeling of working with. So this is exactly one of them. We're coming down through the hips and yet we're coming up through the body. So there's kind of both things going on at one time. So bringing yourself round, stay soft in the shoulders. And then bring yourself back to the centre and to the opposite side. And then coming all the way back to the centre so your hands can rest onto your knees. You're going to take your hands onto the floor so you can stretch one leg back, give it a really good stretch and lengthen out. So the knee is moving away from the floor if you want it to feel stronger. And then to the opposite side. So same thing, just a nice lengthening out. And then if you bring yourself to sitting so that you are just comfortable and neutral. So we're going to do a little bit of breathing where we start breathing into the heart and just let that expand out. So this is going to be at your own pace, so you can go faster, you can go slower, you can do it gently, you can do it strongly. But try and make sure that you're finding that really good feeling. So when you feel good in yourself, it's a really good indication you're doing great yoga. Because when you feel good inside of yourself, you'll be breathing well, you'll have a feeling of just the right balance of challenge and rest within it for you. So from the position of the heart, you're going to imagine you're breathing into the heart or the central area of you. And then gently that in-breath expands all the way out and around you. And as you breathe out, you get that feeling of quietness coming back within you and back into that nugget and that quiet place behind your heart. Inhaling, expanding out. Exhaling, coming back in. So just enjoying that flow of your breath. And then the next time that you just come to that easy out breath when you're finished, just let your hands settle and let your breathing become neutral again. Notice how it's changed and how it's similar to before doing your breathing, before doing your yoga. My challenge for you today is to photograph something mundane. And I don't mean taking a photo of your food, making it look gorgeous and putting it on social media. I mean something ridiculously mundane. So just like the way that the toothbrush sits in a mine's on a kind of plate. No, it's not. Where is my toothbrush? My toothpaste anyway is sitting in a special little kind of plate thing. Very unattractive. You know, it's just very, very boring. So my challenge to you today is find something really, really boring and try and photograph it as it is, not fancying it up to look superb, but try and photograph it as it is, as a kind of beautiful kind of moment in life. It could be like a pair of jeans slide onto the floor and just are a mess on the floor once you've just taken them off. All these lovely little weird moments of life. It could be a dirty plate after you've finished with it. Just little moments of humanity and moments of just what is. So trying to get in place to enjoy that feeling of what is through a little photo. And your quote for the day is a Chinese proverb. A bit of fragrance clings to the hand that gives flowers. A bit of fragrance hangs to the hand that gives flowers. Hope you have a lovely day. Thank you.